What's cracking, everybody? Benji Bruce here, and I get a lot of questions about a CRM. So, which CRM do I use, and can I use any CRM with Event Finder? Is Event Finder a CRM? So, there's all sorts of questions about a CRM. Well, first off, Event Finder is not a CRM. It is just a training platform to show you how to get on stages. So, it's a series of videos, audios. It just trains you to actually sell yourself to get on stages. A CRM is just it's just a tool that you use to help you keep track of everything, and it lets you know why you are where you are. So the CRM, you're going to basically put a bunch of events inside of a CRM. It's kind of like your phone, really. So you'll put a bunch of events inside of your CRM, and then you'll start contacting those events, and then you'll go through a process where it's like, okay, stage 1 is this, stage 2 is this, stage 3 is this, stage 4 is this, stage 5 is the gig, right? And so you go through a process, and you do this process every single time just consistently. When you do it consistently, you end up getting predictable events. You just get booked predictably, and your schedule is just full constantly, right? So this is a process that I use to get myself on stages as an entertainer, as a speaker. It's a process I use whenever I try to sell something. I always think, well, what's a pipeline that I can put in place to where it's just a step-by-step process that I can repeat? And once you get a process in place, all you literally do is repeat it. The thing is, you have to master the process. And so the process is actually easy. It's literally just a couple steps, and you're just going to go into your CRM. I'm going to show you in just a second in terms of the CRMs, but you just kind of go into your CRM, and then you start putting a list of events in there, and you go through the process, right? And a CRM, so I'm trying to think what questions everyone asks with the CRM. Oh, right. So with the CRM, people say, do I have to use the same CRM that you're using? And the answer is no. You can use any CRM. It doesn't matter. A CRM is literally like a phone. It doesn't matter if you use an iPhone, an Android, a Samsung. It literally doesn't matter what phone you use. They all have the same things that you can do with them. You can put contacts in them. You can put people's phone numbers in there. You can text them. You can call them. All phones do the exact same thing. They just do them a little bit differently. There are a little bit like small changes, and it's the same thing with a CRM, to where they all do the basic function, the same thing. There are just small differences that maybe make a little bit of difference, but they all do the same thing. So let me actually record this so you can kind of see what I see. All right, so we'll do that. Let's open this. All right, so I have this set up to where it's tagged to only show speaking lifestyle leads, but basically what you're doing, well, one of the first things you do is you actually go to the deals section, and you're going to change the names at the top of your, the names of your pipeline inside of your CRM. And so you're just changing this because this is the process that you're going through every single time. So you put this in place one time. And it's not hard. In order to change a name, it's literally you go into the settings, and then you just change the name of it. That's literally all you do. Because when you first get a CRM, the names are going to be something like incoming, call scheduled, follow-up, or something. It's going to be something. And you're just going to change the names, right? So once you change the names, you understand what your process is. So I understand that my process is, in the beginning, I send out the emails. Then when they become an opportunity, they turn into incoming. Now, the next step is to ask them questions about their event. So when they say, well, what do you charge? Well, now I'm going to ask them questions about the event. After I ask questions, I now move on to the next stage, which is the quote stage. So I now say, hey, it's going to be $1 gazillion to hire me for 2 minutes, right? So now I quote them, I give them a quote. Now I send the contract. So once I give them a quote, they're like, all right, well, you know what? We love you so much. Instead of just 2 gazillion, we're going to give you 3 gazillion. You only got to do it for a minute. I'm like, okay, sure. Why not? And so after that, I now send the contract. Now they send the contract back with a deposit and all that. Now, it doesn't go that smooth every single time. What happens is you're on, let's say, the question stage. You ask them some questions about their event. They don't respond. So they just ghost you. They're like, I don't feel like responding. And so they just ghost you, right? Well, you have a series of follow-ups that are put in place inside of your CRM or inside of an email software that you're using, right? And then the same thing goes for the quote stage. So if you move on to the quote stage, you ask them questions. They said, oh, we're going to have this many people. You say, okay, it's going to be $1 gazillion. they just don't respond to you. Well, what do? You have a series of follow-ups. And once again, you go through the process. It's the same thing over and over and over. You just build the process once and that's it. And then you just follow it. You just keep repeating the process and you'll get on stages. There is, let me see if I can go to, all right, let's go here. So there is, what is this? HubSpot CRM it's the same thing. Once again, it doesn't really matter what CRM you use. You can put a list of contacts in there. You have a pipeline like this pipeline. It says incoming. Let's see. Yeah, hold on. Incoming, call scheduled, call completed, follow up, and then closed. And close either won or lost, right? So that's the pipeline that's set up inside of HubSpot. And all you're going to do is just change the actual names of your CRM pipeline. But basically, a CRM, it just allows you to do certain things. So like someone inside of the Speak Pro Academy, he asked, well, he had so many events that his problem was all the tasks and everything. So what I told him, I say, you got to put in a lead score, because what the lead score is going to allow you to do, it's going to say, I'm going to focus more of my time on these events and I'm going to spend less time on these events. And the lead score is just a list of qualities that you have in place where you know that if I talk to this event, they're more likely to close. Like, for example, an event with 1,000 people, they came to me and they hired a speaker before. That event is better than a seminar event, because a seminar in a conference, these events, they don't actually pay speakers. They'll pay the main guy, the keynote guy, but they don't pay most speakers. So I know to spend less time on the seminar and the conference and more time on the employee event. And so when you put a lead score in place like that inside of your CRM, you just get booked more often. So the CRM, all it really does, it keeps you organized and it lets you know why you are where you are. If you see inside of your CRM that you only contacted 20 events for the week, you contacted 20 events for the week, and you say, you know what? Why am I not getting booked? I'm not getting on stages. What the heck? Something's wrong here. Well, it's because you only contacted freaking 20 people. You only contacted 20 events. If on the other hand, you contacted 2,000 people for that week, and you're not getting booked, then something's wrong with your website, or something's wrong with how you pitch and things like that. So it really lets you know why you are where you are. It keeps you in check. And so if you don't have a CRM, you need to get one, because the CRM, it's going to improve your sales process for getting on stages. And once again, in terms of Event Finder is going to show you how to use your CRM. It doesn't matter what market you're in. I don't care if you're a youth speaker. I don't care if you're a corporate speaker. I don't care if you speak to pigs. I don't care what it is. In terms of a CRM, Event Finder, all it does is it shows you how to build out your own sales process for your own market. That's what it does. It doesn't say if you're a corporate speaker, then you got to do it this way. It just says, look, here's how you reach out to people. That's it. If you can send someone a text message, if you can make a phone call, Event Finder works, because that's what it is. It says, here's how you find your market. You build up a list of events for your market. Doesn't matter what it is. And then here's how you contact that market. That's what Event Finder does. So it doesn't matter what CRM you use. It doesn't matter what market you're in. It doesn't matter what country you're in. For some reason, everyone in the UK and everyone who doesn't actually live out in the US, well, not everyone, but most people, they'll say, does this work in the UK, or does this work in this country, or whatever? And it works everywhere. If you can talk to people, if you can send them an Instagram message, a Facebook, if you can talk to somebody, it works, because all Event Finder is it just shows you, here's how you put your CRM in place. Here's how you get organized. Here's how you find the events. Here's how you contact them. That's it. And so make sure you get a CRM. It doesn't really matter which one. A lot of people, they spend way too much time thinking about it. So they're sitting there like, oh, well, should I get this CRM or this CRM or this one or this one or this? And then a week goes by and they haven't decided. So just decide. Just say, you know what, let me get this CRM. The cool thing with a CRM is that, let's say you're using it for a week or 2 weeks and you don't like it and you want to switch to something else. You can switch and then easily import everything into the other CRM. So Just pick a CRM and then go from there. And if you don't have Event Finder, you need to get Event Finder because it shows you the process. It shows you here's how you build it out so you get on stages predictably, consistently. If you don't know how to do it consistently, you're going to sit there and hope and pray that word of mouth just starts getting going for you. And so you got to just have a predictable system in place to get on stages. Oops, wrong one. What the hell?